So if they want a spot, they're really going to have to fight their way in.
I mean, that's the beauty of the Miramar. You have to now fight your way into this open land to have that circle for yourself. Team Skyforce so far centered alongside of Riley. All of the players, they're at the outskirts of the zone so far. But Glue Squad, the team that had the initial 4 elimination to their name, now is in front of the team BTR.
Ooh.
The jump car shot. Whoa, that's something new. The car was in the air. You changed the seat, and you just got that elimination. We see some new things every day. It was flying cars in the EWC. It is right now flying players that's getting the eliminations in the Lidoma Asia Season 4, ladies and gentlemen. But 50
from this mountain just yet. But if we see the zone shifting to the north, that is going to be a pretty tough angle for them to try and compensate for. Skyforce, unfortunately, also not going to be making it any further as we're down to the final 6 squads. Vikings hoping that the zone stays in their favor. Bigatron by Vitality. Now coming up, knocking on the door, looking to see if they can gain a bit of a foothold here. The zone, of course, is going to get ready to pop anytime soon. But the teams all now just trying to get themselves situated. If the zone pulls up to this mountain, it is going to be an absolutely brutal battle. Now, Bumblebee getting met with a few shots to the face as Lapar from RRQ locks it in. BTR, RRQ finding themselves in a bit of an exchange on the edge of zone, but the Vikings gonna look to third party. As you can see, Tin now just locking it in. RRQ starting to crumble.
This is the 3rd time that I've seen this team like just miss out all their shots on the players, and the other party just gets the knockdown, gets instant confirmation right there and then. But RRQ now down to the very last 2 players themselves. Now Bloods official as Voka gets eliminated by T2K. We can see the BTR into the close proximity of the Vikings. We can see T2K pushing on the Bloods official. Bloods official gets eliminated. #6 it is, ladies and gentlemen. And now, as the top 5 contenders, the BTR 4 elimination, RRQ with a 4 elimination as well. The only team amongst all of these names, all of this top 5, is Vikings with 9 and Todak with 6 that has the highest out of those 2. But everybody's almost duo, like solo duo at this point in time. We can see Viking, the highest number of elimination in the lobby, having just a solo guy. Todak with 6 elimination and 2 players remaining into the match. BTR securing their 5th elimination, RRQ with a 3-man, but the main question still remains, are they going to be able to get that Nogat revived or not at one point in time? Because if it's not the situation, then RRQ is also potentially down to the last 2, but Fedralis is moving forward against Lapad. Lapad, the grenade guy, let's see if he's going to be able to get that grenade connection, and that he does! Fedralis gets a knockdown, he will get the confirmation by Todak. Wait a second, that's a 3rd party coming around. Are you going to get that steal of that elimination number, or Todak will be facing straight up into the vicinity against RRQ?
I mean, Bigatron by Vitality trying everything that they can. They want to see if they can get that first victory on Miramar again. But now Todak looking like they are picking up quite a bit of momentum here. 7 eliminations up, 2 players remaining. Let's see whether or not Skem and Cleon can lock it through. BTR by Vitality will hatch. Ooh, now securing themselves a few plays along the way. ASI8 again finding it pretty tough to secure any points. So they are sent back with a few more additional donuts. And that's not the way that you want to try and close it up, right? You want to see if you can get points. At least this is only the first few matches of the day, so there will be still 4 more games for ASIA to try and pick it up. Meanwhile, Xavier now getting ready to cook as they push up alongside BTR. Bigatron by Vitality already having their first player knocked down. Let's see, is Lamborghini going to be able to survive it? The pressure is on, out in the open. Beautiful spray. And this is what we love as Federales gets taken on down. Now Bumblebee, are they going to be buzzing with excitement, or could it be Optimus to pop it in? Indeed, it is Optimus. Goes for the prime angle, gets the spray. And now Parajin looking to try and come in alongside Levi's here. They have to try and pick it back up if we want to see Xavier make it any further. But down goes Parajin. Levi's the only one left to try and make a difference.
Being the solo guy in this proximity, there's a lot of pressure on this guy from this point onward. Optimus managing to secure the backlines, making sure that the Bigatron by Vitality, not only that they can give the player a revive, but at the same time make sure that they have the upper advantage against all of this team. It's a really good one, but Bumblebee just got instantly rammed down by his own team member for some reason. But wait a second, what just happened? Levi is beautifully to the circle or into any kind of like decent number of fights. But you can see Glue Squad at the very western side corner, close to the Champions Esports, whereas the Champions, one player is outside of the circle, the rest of the three, they're close to the proximity of the DX, the Xaviers. The fight will definitely occur, maybe in a short while, but Blue Squad, they're like, okay, we're not going to take the fight. They are definitely not in any way trying to make any kind of contestations for themselves with Bigatron at the eastern corner, you can see them versus ASI8 versus T2K. The fight's happening. The shots are definitely commencing up. T2K is potentially down to the last two guys, and if it has one guy, Igneous is actually pushing back to the BTR angle. You can see one player, Ruled OG, he's not even moving an inch. He's barely budging from his location. But Igneous, I want to see what he's going to be able to do, what he's capable of. Is he going to be able to like eliminate some of the players of the, at least BTR, get them into the casualties situation or not? As Casanova, he's also moving back to his own team members to get that revival done. You can see into the mini screen, you can see Igneous throwing the grenades, trying to make any kind of connectivity upon all the players, but no connectivity, ladies and gentlemen. The connectivities are not happening. BTR on the other side taking down another player of the team, ASI8. Now it's a rush from ASI8. BTR losing a player, potentially leaving them down to the very last guy from this point onward, as if Adrales, the solo hope, the only hope, is going to be absolutely decimated from ASI8's hand, and giving them a chance to get all of their players that revived back on.
Well, let's see whether or not there is going to be that opportunity. But the big question is the zone going to allow for a bit of a continuation on that position, or will it force them to push up? Now, Vampires closing it out. As they've spotted the angles here, they do find the sprays, but the zone is going to keep them moving further and further upwards, so not quite the angle that they were hoping for.
Absolutely, and if they are not careful, they can definitely find themselves in the close quarter of ASX side, and we know that ASX side, they are trying to play so aggressive, and this fight will be, I mean, a treat to an eye if we manage to see this. But on the other side, it's BTR trying to, you know, getting close to that school area for now. That's an open train. They have to be careful. Bloods Official is on the backside. Smokes are being deployed. The virtual cover is placed, but once again, Bloods Official, they're not being careful. How can you ignore a player who is playing inside a smoke area? But on the other side, Vampire Esports, as we were talking about this, they managed to find themselves into the crosshair of ASX side, and ASX side, they will not miss this time around. It's a 1v3 situation now. The last man standing of Vampire Esports will be forced to move forward. There's a blue zone on one side and Team ASX side on the other. He has no way to survive. But BTR, as they took one player down, they're going on a charge, they're going on a hunt, and this time around they will find the last man standing of Bloods Official. They'll shut him down and get another elimination number confirmed. But wait a second, is there going to be any other team who will hear those gunshots and try to stab BTR or not? But BTR going for a revival. On the other side, this time Boomy Sports is trying to get the perfect utilization of this area. They have the best area inside the circle for now. Waz is they managed to get inside the zone somehow, and they avoided Team RRQ. But RRQ, now they have spotted the players of R3G one by one. They're trying to take them down. Waz is eliminated by Team AST, and now two teams are trying to do a third party or try to make a sandwich of Team R3G. But on the other side, BTR versus Boom Sports. In fact, DRX was also there. DRX Levi's was the last man standing, and he got eliminated by Fredral. Look at the
to just 6 remaining teams, and the highest elimination count that we have currently on the board is going to be from the side of BTR. 6 elims, but they're feeling the heat, as we just saw Bumblebee getting dropped on down. Now, Tribarimacy coming through from the north. Boom Esports, if they can lock this one in, they will have a very comfortable rotation back into the zone.
Absolutely. Boomy Sports, they have some compounds inside the zone. So that's the advantage that they have over any other team. But for now, AST, their entire focus is to, just maximize their loot, try to reset their heals, and then focus on a rotation that will take them inside the zone. But the problem is that they have MVK on one side, and then some of the players of Boomy Sports are also gatekeeping them. So what is going to be their plan of action? They can definitely use that shore side and move inside the zone, but there is no cover inside the zone. Glue will be waiting for them. Glue, as well as they're also gatekeeping team BTR on one side. BTR was trying to move inside the zone, and Glue Esports, they find 2 players. They got their 3rd elimination number confirmed, but BTR going for some revives out there. Now on their last 2 players, they had great elimination numbers, but the zone disadvantage, it got them. And once again, Glue, look at them. Look at their spread inside the zone. They are just making it difficult for everyone out there. But BTR, will they close in? Will they get somehow a cover or a good spot inside the zone? That's a big question. But the split of Glue Esports, it will definitely gonna hurt them. On the other side, Boomy Esports, they got surprised by Superman. One of the players is down. AST is also ready to charge on team Boomy Esports, but some trades are going back and forth on both the side. Boomy Esports now coming for a retaliation. One knockout on MVK side, and Boomy Esports will definitely regroup towards this compound. And the good thing is, this compound has the zone, and Boomy Esports, they have a heighted area as well.
Yep, I mean, elevation and zone positioning, that is going to be one of the key factors to play for. It's going to be the Vikings that would make it up.
Again, that vehicle cover is going to be in play, but Team Glue, as soon as they realize that BTR has no hard cover, they can definitely score some elimination numbers. And here comes the first knockout. BTR left with the Optimus. Once again, that solo player who is so close to Boomy Sports. One good grenade, and it will be a game over for BTR. But they have their entire focus on their elimination numbers. And now you can see that the highest elimination numbers are confirmed by Team BTR. But on the other side, Glue squad, they spotted the last man standing. And the previous match was also a match where they had an opportunity. They did rotate it brilliantly. If you look towards the rotation of the previous match, I mean, the way they managed to stay away from all the fight, that was brilliant. But wait a second, T2K will not fall back. They will go all in. They had an opportunity. They had an opening. They took Optimus down. But after the...
I'm not quite sure if Bonbit was just up for a bit of a challenge, maybe, or maybe there could be a strategy involved in that.
I mean, when you're the last one standing from your team, that's the safest place for you, because no one's going to just come here and explore, because the teams who are on the edges, they will not allow anybody to go such deep inside the zone. So maybe it is a blessing in the form of disguise for this player. But on the other side, Vampire Esport, if you still they still stay on that first spot, or maybe close to the top 3. But DRS on the other side, they're trying to take that fight on a long range. SKD was in front of them. Some crossbow shots were being delivered by Kilobyte, but SKD, they will shut one of the players down. Cyclone is down, but they are on a very comfortable spot. The slamming is not going to work. If Team SKD, they manage to slam in on this area, teams DRS will definitely have that advantage, because there are some avenues on the eastern side of these compounds where 1 or 2 teams will definitely try to hold, and then a third party on SKD will definitely help Team DRS. But kill feed is getting led. Team BTR taking fight with R3G. R3G, they're losing their players. Unfortunately, they are on the last man standing. And that's not the case. That's not the Team R3G, we were expecting better from them. We wanted them to play a comeback match, but unfortunately, last man standing, I think they cannot do anything else. We can only see the kill feed, not the perspective of the players. But BTR, they are confirming some elimination points.
Well, let's see whether or not these points are going to find their way anywhere, as we're about to hit station.
DX, look at them, they're going all in. But okay, he finds one, takes him down. He was trying to get that elimination number confirmed, but Dingo's Paragon, he comes from the backside, confirms Focus elimination, and now Bloods official left in the last player who will be forced to fall back from this fight, because he does not want to engage in a 1v4 situation. He knows what's the plan of Team DX, and DX is going all in. But wait a second, some chaos is going on here. RRQ versus AST versus Team Glue Glue Squad versus BTR. 4 teams coming up against each other in the farm area, and RRQ as they are confirming some elimination points in Glue Squad. But Glue Squad, they are definitely spotting all the players
to replicate the efforts moving into the final match. The rest of the lobby, they're going to try and make it as tough as they can. T2K, though, it's good to see that they can kind of keep that same pacing as we saw in the previous match, right? Miramar went quite well. Now, they seem to be able to kind of carry that momentum. Not going to be falling to a similar fate that we usually see, is where the team gets the chicken. The next match, they're one of the first teams to go. So, yeah, good play here. Very, very decent angles. Now, Bigatron by Vitality still in it here. Are they going to win it? Don't quite know, but Bumblebee could get buzzing pretty soon. It's all going to come down to how the zone is going to shift. Potato Hill, though, still looking pretty hot. Parisian riding it out, looking for the opportunity. Fajar now, KD's rotation. But unfortunately for SKD, again, there's not a lot of options, right? Everywhere they go, they are going to be in the crosshairs of one of the opposing teams.
I mean, they always say that luck favors the brave. SKD, a brave rotation by them, and a knockdown from some other team on T2K, that's going to help them. But for now, if TKD, they try to push forward and, you know, get those elimination numbers confirmed, they will definitely help, get a helping hand. But T2K, wait a second. Rolzoji comes on a different angle. He takes that elevation into his advantage and tries to take 2 players down, manages to take 1, but Sem9 is on another side. T2K has to be really careful. They're left with the last man standing. Rolsoji wants to confirm his elimination number. That's the reason why he's throwing some grenades. But on some other side, Sem9, they can also charge in. Rolsoji has to be careful. He's going all in, out in the open, but from a different angle. Sem9, they're trying to close in. They know that zone is going to move forward, and then they will be forced to leave this area. But as soon as they clear their close quarters, it will get easy for them. But on the other side, SDK or SKD. Okay, SKD. There's SDK in Pakistan side. That's why I'm getting confused. But SKD, they revived their teammate, took him, and went back into the safe side where there are some compounds, and they will hold it for themselves. But on the other side, Sem9, they're waiting to, you know, for the zone to get close, and then they will
just rotated right back into Sekudai.
Oh my
as the
God.
Lamborghini is going to be picked on up here. Now, 1 player remains. It's going to be Levi holding steady to see if they can maybe still do a little bit of something here.
Absolutely. Seems like the romance between Team Dingoes and Sekudai, it's not over yet. And Team Sekudai, they will get 2 more elimination points. Probably one of them is stolen away, but yes, they're moving their elimination number marker from 8 to 9. And another player of Dingoes is also bleeding out. So it's just Levi's left behind to, you know, get those placement points. Probably he needs to pull those survival strats now, but he needs to be really careful. Circle is not looking very easy. BTR on another side, they confirm that they steal that elimination number. In fact, in
somewhat of a decent position over on towards that far edge. But again, right, if the zone decides to kind of play with them, it is going to result in quite a bit of chaos and carnage. You can see now a lot of movement coming through here. Bigatron by Vitality are going to look to hold steady, try to lock it down. We do see Voin Donkey also now joining in the zone. But there we have it. Kent has been spotted. Sem9 looking like they have their eyes set on absolute carnage here, securing yet another knockdown, not converting that into elimination just yet. But as they move up into the arena, there could be quite a bit of that yet to come on through. Let's see whether or not Sem9 can get the jump here. Bigatron by Vitality trying to keep it nice and steady. But it's interesting to see BTR having such a spread, right? Because their players are in different locations, so it is going to be quite difficult to contest against any of these major pushes coming through on towards them.
Absolutely, it's BTR versus R3G here, but BTR, they have their players spread all across the map. But for now, Team R3G, BTR deals with them. One of the players is knocked out and finished. And Voin Donkey, somehow they managed it. They decided to go all in towards the main building. And now BTR by Vitality, they were trying to revive their teammates. But Voin Donkeys, with such aggressive operation, you can't say things are not looking good for BTR. But yeah, Voin Donkeys, the entire plan was to get inside the circle, not go all in and get those elimination points confirmed. So BTR will be given a little bit of of time to breathe in, to revive their teammates. Semnan is also there. You gotta watch out those grenades. Wind Donkeys, look at them. They are in one side of the building from where they can definitely get a lot of damage. If there is 1 or 2 grenades comes in, Wind Donkey is trying to clear all the angles, all the avenues, slowly and steadily going up from the ground floor to the first floor. They know that somebody is here, and this time around it's BTR that they have to face. But Rezak taking the charge, he's just pressing the W button and just going all in. But BTR, look at this crossfire setup. Rezak goes in, he goes down. BTR, Federal Ace, he gets dealt by Team Wind Donkeys, and Geister moves forward, finds Kent, and BTR is left with the last player now. Seems like the split is the reason why BTR is going to deal with the demise. But wait a second, Sam9 comes in, they charge all in. Satira confirms 1 point, Potato gets another. That's an absolute chaos here. What a push, what a timing by Sam9.
I love what Satria did there. It's like, you know what? If you can do it, we'll show you how we do it, right? They move up and take them down. Beautiful, beautiful strategies here. But now, yeah, Sim9 hitting the double-digit elim count. Absolutely crazy play. BTR down to a solo. The Xavier still in this match, holding nice and steady, but down they go. As, well, the timer runs out for them. Somehow, Regicide still in this, right? They've got 2 players up, 1 elimination to their name. Good to see that the points are starting to trickle on in here. But who's going to be the one to get that winner chicken dinner? Of course, all the teams that we have currently left in this lobby are all from Group B. So we can see Group B mean business. Look at that, Sam9 finding Roshan. Down they go, this could spell disaster now for Regicide, as there's 1 solo remaining. A beautiful play coming through here from Tryout as they move up so effortlessly.
Oh my god, 12 elimination numbers in the backpack of Sem9. They definitely mean business, but now it's a 1v2 situation. Look at this angle by BTR's player. I'm not sure that Sem9 is gonna, they will realize where this player is. No one can anticipate where this player is trying to, spray them down from. But I think the unlucky factor is that BTR, they do not have the zone. They need to move forward. It's the end of the zone, and BTR, the elevation is there, but definitely the zone is not there. On the other side, Sem9, they have every kind of possible advantage. They have 12 elimination point. They have that momentum that they need to get things going. They need the second and now they know the position of the last player of BTR. They're going all in. A Molotov comes in, a grenade is also here, but look at the BTR's player. He was literally on fire, and with this, Sam9 confirms the second and now with 13 points. What a brilliant match of your player. But wait a second, AST, they're gonna do that. They did not pay the price of getting 4 elimination points, and this time around they confirmed the last man standing. And you can say that Triber Messi, that's the kind of match that they needed, and they were looking for it from the previous 3 to 4 matches. Finally getting first fight in their favor. And but look at the circle. Look at the circle. Also, Triber Messi was on the northern side, so far away from the zone, but they have enough time to. I mean, they are going through every team out there. Triber Messi, they're just going all in, and 7 elimination points without getting a single player eliminated. That is brilliant by Team Triber Messi. Although the approach by Team ViperX Knockout was also impressive, it was also commendable. They tried to avoid a fight outside the blue zone. They knew that rotation is more important than taking a fight in such situation, but even after that, they had to pay the price. They had to pay the toll. They were trying to rotate, but AST Gante coming in with a beautiful spray. He took 1 player down and eliminated him as soon as he can. But on the other side, talking about the church fight, Pochinki is the hot drop area. It's BDR versus Dingoes. I think it's the last 2 player, or probably the last player of Dingoes. So he's here, Lamborghini going all in towards the church area, but Federal Ace, he's taking that 1v1 fight. He was trying to spot the player, and Lamborghini, he got spotted. He got damaged a lot. Now he's trying to heal himself. Federal Ace pushing all in. He does not have any idea where Lamborghini is. Now he knows the cavalry is also there. Dingoes, the last man standing, Levi's, was also trying to help his teammate, but BTR will confirm all these elimination points. And once again, another good match from the side of Team BTR. Now they have 3 elimination points. They have the zone for them, but they gotta watch out because they also had to pay the price for these 2 elimination points because ViperX knockout. They managed to knock one down and eliminate as well. BTR is down to the last three players, but they have 3 elimination points. Wait a second, will they face the annihilation of Tribe or Messi? Because they are getting close then. They're also trying to focus, or probably if they get a knockout, they will go all in.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good play coming through here from Tribe Armacy. BTR feeling quite confident with that quick play that they got, securing themselves a few additional points. But now Kent is going to be tempting fate to just try to scout it out here on the edge. Try to get a good read as to where Tribe Armacy is, but you got to watch out because with Yante and the rest of the crew here, they are going to mean business. Optimus now having a decent position, a little bit of high ground coverage. What will the rest of BTR do as they start to let a few of those nades loose, looking to push back, and so far it does seem to be paying off. Tribe Armacy not getting a successfully clear approach here, but there we go, taking a quick look at that zone spread as well. It is still pretty challenging. Federales also just quickly retreating back into safety. But now the question comes here, Aladdin, who is going to try and take up the prime real estate? Because I think, especially looking at this church, right, this is a pretty decent spot.
8 elimination points by R3G. And let's just not forget, when they had 4 elimination points, they lost 2 players. And once again, another duo is going all in on R3G. And will they be able to convert this fight in their favor or not?
You know, maybe that's the thing. Maybe they need to start the match with 2 players and they will walk away with a potential winner chicken dinner. But now Roshan trying to lock it down. He gets 2 more eliminations. I mean, what is cooking? R3G coming out of nowhere like a phoenix rising from the ashes. R3G, Regicide, going to town on the lobby. New player and Roshan absolutely dominating so far, leading the charge. I mean, they are the most aggressive team this round. 12 eliminations.
And outside where it lives, this compound will face the domination of R3G.
I mean, it's almost like R3G was a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? Because they played it so cautious in the previous few matches. Oh, Optimus, though, finds Gokubon down to the final 3. But R3G,
gotta watch out.
They could look it all out here. Now it is a 2v2 for the winner chicken dinner. Tribe Armacy are going to be sent out of here with 8 eliminations to their name. BTR also currently sitting with 8. And between these 2 squads, they've taken down 5 teams, right? 20 eliminations between the final 2 duos for new player. But that is BTR hopping into the vehicles. They going for an aggressive approach. They're going to be rushing right onto the side here of Regicide. Oh, Roshan picks up 1. They could lock in the final play. This could be the end of the road for BTR. Federales now going to be looking to see if there's another way to escape, because this whole strategy just got turned on its head. This could be the game for R3G to come in clutch, to walk away as the victors. Roshan now trying to double down, going for the vehicle finish. There we go. The confirmation is in. 13 eliminations. R3G could look to clutch it. 14 could be the tally. 24 points could be theirs. But now, BTR, Federales, the only player standing between them and that winner chicken dinner.
Absolutely, but Federales, he has the heighted angle for himself. If R3G makes a mistake, they will be deal with the chaos. They will be deal with the dominance. Barely escaped us. He barely survived this spray, and Federales once again trying to surprise his opponents. Although it's a 1v2 situation, but still your opponent has a gun in his hand, and those bullets, they can also damage you. You gotta watch out. You cannot make a mistake. It's BDR that we're talking about. But R3G, well, they confirmed their domination with this chicken dinner. They needed it. It was a much needed match for this team. Before this match, maybe their total points were 23, and now they will, if they get a chicken, they will confirm 25 points or 24 points after eliminating Federales. Yeah, it's a very important match. You gotta confirm these 5 points, 1 elimination and 4 placing points. If you get the chicken dinner, if you miss it somehow, you will miss on those points. So R3G, they need every bit of it. Federales coming in with a beautiful grenade, and the new player, oh my god, he was walking into it. He was walking into that grenade, but he survived. The luck was in his favor. Once again, R3G is not giving any play area to Federal Ace, and they're also charging in with some beautiful grenades, and this back and forth trade of grenade will not damage anyone. Once again, Roshan, he faces another grenade, but it just went away. It was a firecracker. But Roshan taking the leap of faith, giving away the position to his teammate that was needed. New player. Now he realizes that he has damaged Federal Ace. He does not want this player to give his elimination point to the zone, and BTR gets eliminated. Team R3G with the 14 elimination numbers.
The spot under lockdown, but up comes the Sen here. It's going to be A1 Esports trying to close it out. They do find the one. Oh, SKS though. Single tap, right? Not even an AR, just rushing on forward. Now it's going to be Deathstorm and the rest of A1 that secure themselves the 4 eliminations. There we go, squad-wide.
And trades are going on, but wait a second, Careless, he also sprays down, and look at Kent. Punk comes in, changes the seat of his vehicle, takes down the player. Fearless takes another 1v1 on another side, and look at this, the shotgun is coming in play, and Fearless takes down Federal Ace, and BTR, the players are going down one by one. It was a 2v4 situation over here, and still Team 4YLC, they're managing to dominate BTR. Look at this, Punk with the 1v2.
Sneaking their way through the grass, trying to play the Sand Shark approach here. But now Halal, Axotron trying to get themselves back into fighting form. They still have all 4 players in this fight. Mad Cat now trying to get themselves patched up. The send is there. Is going to be BTR and Talon also stepping up to the plate. So the fights are not going to end anytime soon. K2 now just trying to find a good way to breach the...
Halal Exotron, they can take advantage of it. Look at them, they're going all in. But K2 comes with the first knockout. And what just happened? What just happened? That was absolute chaos. Zibian and K2 was just enough to shut down the entire team.
I mean, like this, I don't have words for this. It is absolute brutality. Speaking about brutality, Bigatron by Vitality are going to be looking to come in clutch now as they rush forward onto Talon. It is going to be Cole or Akul that gets called down. Off they go. Now, Bumblebee looking to just bring in a little bit of that utility play. You can see the angles there. It's going to be a very tough point still to make the entry. Flying vehicles coming through. As Viper fly up to the roof. What are these teams doing? It is like a showcase of insanity. Look at that, 4-1.
Oh my god. And look at the knockout. This is BTR, but Viper is knocked out. They are getting knocked out with this, I don't know, the trick they're trying to pull off. The trick straight out from the circus. But Talonese Boots, one of the players also surviving BTR with this beautiful grenade. Federalist confirms another elimination point. And now BTR eliminates the entire squad of Talonese Boots. They have 4 elimination points. They have to get ready for another fight. Viper X knockout. They made a huge mistake. You can say it was a blunder, but look at DX. They are trying to do the same thing. They're also flying with the vehicles. BTR, they are ready for a third party. BTR, they're ready for, in fact, they want to get some elimination points confirmed in this fight. And look at this. Look at 2504. They did the same thing. He's on the rooftop. And now BTR is getting third party, fourth party by Glue Squad. Another team is joining in. What's going on? Viper X knockout. Their survival is looking difficult. And look at the position of one of the players. Lamborghini using the monster truck and getting that elevation on the other side. 2510, whatever the name is, 2504. He has the best angle for himself, and he's trying to breach at the players of Team Rage Esports. Viper X knockout, but some grenades are going back and forth, which will leave Team DX on their last 3 players. But even in that 3v4 situation, they managed to eliminate Viper X knockout with some utilities and with some shotguns as well. And now BTR will also try to move forward, but I think it's enough time given to their opponents to settle down into this fight. And even if BTR slams in, you can say that their opponents are ready for a slam. But Blue Squad is going to push forward. They will not give time to BTR, and probably BTR will fall back. They're not pushing into this fight.
All I hear when I see players flying up the mountain is whee! But there we go, Federales getting picked up, as well as the BTR are trying to make their great escape. Now Glue Squad looking to step up to the plate here. It's going to be DX Xavier trying to lock the compound down. Glue Squad realizing that it's not going to be, you can see now, looking to strengthen up that position. The rush is in though from Glue. As they come through with a duo, the nades look to meet them. It's going to be Xbox on the front line, getting dropped right on down. Descend is there. Very low HP now on the side of Glue, at least on the front line. Bigatron by Vitality, also not going to be able to stick around here. But let's see if Yumiko can wrap this one up. Could be 7th elimination now at hand here for them. Just one hit out just yet, but this next zone shift is going to be the big decider here.
Absolutely, RRQ, the zone goes across all the way from the other side to the other side, and RRQ now they need side by side. The way they're sending everybody home, everybody back home, this clearly tells us that RRQ, they mean some real business out there, and now they've decided to go for the push on BTR, because moving inside the zone, yeah, it's all right, it's important, but BTR, elimination of BTR is also equally important. Look at RRQ, they're going all in, but Bumblebee finds one, finds another. The solo player of BTR finds 2 players, and now the remaining 2 players are also joining the party. They want to get some elimination number confirmed on RRQ. They want to send them back home, and look at this, 2 players down. It's a 2v3 situation. BTR coming all in, and look at this, one more player is down. Naga Trio is also knocked out, and couple of foes is the last man standing. RRQ, the dominator, gets dominated by BTR, by Vitality, all because one player decided to step up, and this time around it was Bumblebee who took 2 players down, and it broke team RRQ, and now RRQ is on the verge of elimination. It's a 1v3 situation. Can charge again. They have the position of the last man, and they are not letting him stay alive. They are going all in, and it's a fight between these 2 teams. It started like 15 or 10 minutes ago, but this romance is not over. RRQ versus BTR. Last man standing will be able to do something. He took 2 players down and he did a 1v3. What was that?
What? Oh my goodness! I mean, it looked like
teammate smokes need to pop off, because if they don't, then Glue Squad can definitely come in from different side and eliminate these points, eliminate these players. But it's just the last man standing, and that is Neo. But he comes out and confirms the elimination points and takes down another player. That was a blunder by team. You can say that was a blunder by team Next Esports, because now that one of the players down, BTR is coming for a third party. BTR is not gonna stop. It's a 2v4 situation. They're going all in, and next week, will they revive their teammate? Before I ask that question, BTR will take another player down and eliminate them. Once again, it is going to be a 2v4, as next will revive their teammate, but they don't have the play area. They don't have the minute advantage. Everything is in the favor of BTR, and if they decide to push forward, they will eliminate the rest of the players.
Well, let's see whether or not that is going to be on the board here for them. Now, Bigatron by Vitality looking to come in with a bit of an upset here. Federales already getting whipped out of that vehicle. Good defensive angle here from Nextry, but will it be enough? Jump shot up, cheeky window. Bumblebee going to be looking to buzz on through, and down goes Nexery as Bigatron secure themselves a beautiful squad wipe. I mean, the teams are just starting to crumble all over the place. But looking at what we saw looking at that eastern side of zone, it is going to be absolutely sweaty to make entry there and even just defend. But now T2K looking to go up against the side here of Tribe Eremacy. Tribe Eremacy finding a good opportunity. Ilya is going to be the last hope left for their squad, and down they go. Tribe Eremacy coming through with even more eliminations to their name now.
Absolutely, Tribe sending another team back to proceed this fight, and now they're getting aggressive. Look at Delta, he's also going all in, but behind the scenes, there is another team behind all that area. There is team RRQ who wants to charge in, who wants to do a third party. Gante gets taken down, Belalta move forward, gets elimination number confirmed. Halal Exitron, they have the last man standing, and once again RRQ comes in. In fact, this time BTR also joins the party. Everybody wants to get their crosshairs on Team AST, and now Delta gets taken down and gets eliminated. Team AST, they have to be really careful. They need to eliminate Team Halal Exitron as soon as they can, and then they have to settle down as well. But once again, the last man standing is left behind. 90 degrees is the last man standing, and Greg is going to deal with him with a beautiful grenade. The grenade
We don't quite know. 2 players, 6 eliminations. Some pretty tough odds stacked against them here. Fortunately for them, Tribermacy is going to be looking to disengage and instead prioritize that zone positioning as they now move forward. Oh, yeah, but BTR, they're not adopting the same approach here. Again, could cause trouble as RRQ now. Oh, yeah, no, they down to a solo. I don't see that res coming through anytime soon. A1 also going to be looking to apply a little bit of pressure here as Gyante and the rest of Tribermacy are going to be looking to descend the hill. Still, 8 eliminations to their name. A lot more up for grabs. RRQ, unfortunately, will get stripped out here with 6 eliminations to their name as we now enter the top 5, the last few teams to make a rush for those points.
Absolutely, but AST, this was not the good spot to hold. They went all in an open area, and BTR, they had the opening, they utilized it perfectly, and they took 2 players down. Now, Rig is the last man standing. It's open terrain where utilities are going to come in, but before that, Kent, he sprays down the last man standing, and Rig gets eliminated. BTR gets 10 elimination points, and AST is no more in the game, but the domination of BTR, it has to be stopped by any team. But for now, A1 Esports is going to try and do that. Sakadai is also there, but they will fight with Sem9 for their survival. It's a 3v3 situation on that side where Sakadai will turn it into a 2v3. They need to heal themselves as well and then finish that fight as soon as possible. Although BTR is not inside the zone, they are looking for a better spot inside the zone, but Sakadai, I really want to see where they are and which area is being held by them. But yeah, there is one more team who is staying away from all that fight. They have the map control for them and every possible advantage, and that is A1 Esports. This time around, they will gatekeep team BTR on one side, and they're confirming elimination points on Sakudai on another side.
Well, let's see whether or not A1 can maybe get a little bit of an angle here, as they do have still quite a bit of a spread. Not necessarily the worst thing that they could have at this point. Sem9 are going to be taken down to a solo, potentially, unless, of course, that res can be brought through on time. But with that, Yumiko gets confirmed, so now it is 100% a solo.
Oh my God.
Look at that. CJ Boy also getting a very abrupt end to their play. Now, Deathstorm holding nice and steady. Not quite looking all too favorable here, especially not with Bigatron by Vitality just rotating alongside them. Rowdy just joining the party here. Deathstorm trying to keep them at arm's reach, but this is not going to be the way. Bigatron by Vitality, they want to go for 13 eliminations minimum.
Absolutely. In the meantime, Semnen got eliminated by Team Sakudai. But wait a second, BTR versus A1 East. This is the fight for Chakanina. But Sakudai, they have to do a third party over here. But they're so far away inside the zone chilling. There's no one to challenge them. But here, A1 Esports Deathstorm in on one side, and then we have another player on another side, Rowdy and Deathstorm. They have to pull this miracle off. They need to win this fight. BTR by Vitality, we're about to take one player down, but Ken gets taken down in return because he was compromised, and Rowdy, he gets the better of him. But Team A1 Esports, they cannot charge in, but they're still trying to charge in. Deathstorm, look at him. He pushes forward, did not give time to his to the teammates of BTR to revive, and Rowdy is also joining the party. But Deathstorm, if somehow he manages to take another player down, things will look easy for him. But look at Bumblebee, still trying to buzz on his head. But wait a second, Rowdy gets so close. Bumblebee versus Rowdy, it's a 1v1. On another side, it's Deathstorm versus another player. But look at this, Sakudai comes in, joins the party, takes down one player. But BTR will deal with A1 Esports in the meantime. Back to a 2v3 situation, Sakudai versus BTR. But BTR, they need to get the first knockout. They don't have the zone area. Bumblebee gets spotted by Himson, and now it's a 1v3. Himson will get the position of the last man standing, but before that, before he does anything, he gets taken down. Now Wrath and Rodzu are the last two players versus BTR's one player.
I mean, it went from crazy to absolutely insane. Now Wrath, Nodzu up on the high ground, Wraithy holding that nice and steady on the lower ground here. The zone is going to shift as well. It is not really playing at anyone's favor. But who will be the team to bank that winner chicken dinner? Bumblebee can all but relay information to their teammate. Other than that, there's not much else to do. But Bumblebee, they're going to be saying that there's something cooking right on the ridge. Notzu taking a little bit of damage, but Razy having a really tough time locking in the play. But this allows, of course, now for Sekudai to get themselves back into the swing of things as they bring all three players up on their feet. This is looking very, very tough now for Bigatron by Vitality to clutch it out. Not impossible, but not very likely.
Absolutely, they need to clutch it out, but it's a 1v3 situation. I guess the position of Razy block is also revealed on Sekudai, but they are still trying to wrap him around, but Rat will get spotted. It was a mistake, but yes, Razy will give his position away once again, trying to deploy a smoke to maybe give a fake information to Notzu, but Notzu has an idea, and here comes a grenade. But the grenade is not going to land on the last man standing. BTR by Vitality gets exposed from the